All right, ESPN's Bill Barnwell recently came out with an article ranking the best 25 NFL teams over the last 25 years. The list even featured many Super Bowl winners and some who didn't win the big prize, with the number one team of the last 25 years being the 2007 Patriots, whose only loss was actually in the Super Bowl against Eli Manning's Giants. Not having the big one? Okay. This is going to be a great debate, I'm sure. Mike T, which is the best team over the last 25 years?
I agree with Bill. It was that Patriot team that beat our behind a few times. Harry.
Even though oh, wow. Okay.
Look, they lost in the Super Bowl, and it took, a heroic play that's been well documented for that to happen. But I felt like if we pressured Tom Brady, he'd get rid of the ball. If we played coverage, it was Wes Welker, it was Randy Moss. I see I lost Harry and RC already, but
because
I had to go against them. They were a great team.
Listen to yourself, though, Mike T.
They were a great team.
They lost in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You started it off. They lost in the Super Bowl, Mike T.
All right. If that ball is thrown to David Tyree 1,000 times, how many times does he make that catch?
If was a fifth, we'd all be drunk, and I love tequila.
That's my favorite quote.
I would put that team up against anybody's. They kicked our, multiple times. More than that, you knew it was coming, and even though we had guys like Darrelle Revis, they were just so hard to defend.
RC, are you asleep, RC? Get your loud mug and wake up.
Huh?
Disagree?
Huh? I'm up. Yeah, I disagree. And listen, as somebody who watched that team from field level, I was hurt that year. I was sick. They were absolutely unbelievable. I just don't believe that you could be on this list or should be on this list if you don't win the Super Bowl. I mean, let's be real. It's what greatness is defined by, right? We've had players become Hall of Fame players, not because we believe they have Hall of Fame careers, but because their greatness or how good they were showed in the biggest games, which got their team rings. So how can you be the best team without that? I'm going to pick the 2000 Baltimore Ravens. And people are going to look at their roster and be like, hell no. They're going to see people like Quadre Ismail and Travis Taylor and Trent Dilfer at quarterback and older Shannon Sharp and Jamal Lewis as a rookie and be like, ain't no way. That's because they didn't see him play. This team lost their last game, I think week 9 of the season, and they lost 3 in a row. And the scores of those games was like 14-6, 9-6, and like 10-3. And then when they got in the playoffs, because we're talking about, championship teams, the most points they gave up were 10, and that was against the Tennessee Titans, and they beat them 24-10. They won the Super Bowl 34-7. It was dang near impossible to move the football against this team by the time they got to the Super Bowl. They were playing at a level on the defensive side of the ball like we've never seen before. And so to me, it's not what your overall record is. It's not the fact that you could go undefeated during the regular season. It's when you were asked to, matter of fact, why do we think Tom Brady's the greatest quarterback that's ever played? Why do we think Bill Belichick is the greatest coach that's ever coached? It's because together they won 6 of them things, but they ain't win it that year. The Baltimore Ravens that year, besides their roster, absolutely were dominant. And I put that team during the biggest moment, which is the Super Bowl, at that point of the year against any team of this millennium.
So for me, I'm going to go with the 2004. RC, that was a great pick because I considered that one. I really did. I'm going with the 2004 New England Patriots that went 14-2 and won the Super Bowl that year.
Now, they were good.
You look at a Tom Brady, that's when he really started to come into his own and really orchestrate things from an offensive standpoint. And Tom Brady ain't have, no first-round draft picks at the wide receiver position. Man, he had one of my mentors, Deion Branch. He had, I think, Patton still on that team as well. But when you look at them defensively, they were tops in just about every category. With Vince Wilfork, Willie McGinnis, Teddy Bruschi, Mike Vrabel, Ty Law, and the list goes on and on and on again. So that's why I'm choosing the 2004 New England Patriots.
RC, you did not mention your Super Bowl squad, which made the list, the 2009 Super Bowl winning Steelers.
Where were we?
Can we get the list back up? You guys were 21 on that top 25 list.
So I'm going to say this. if we play better in the fourth quarter defensively, Larry Fitzgerald almost ruined all of my hopes and dreams. He's the nicest human in the world, and I still can't stand him. If we play better in the fourth quarter defensively, I think that team could be ranked much higher, which is why the Ravens are where they are to me.
You know, one thing about like Ryan's Pittsburgh teams going against in his prime Ben, he was so hard to tackle. I mean, I don't know if there's a quarterback in the history of the game that broke more tackles in the pocket, and nothing was more frustrating when you thought, man, we got him this time, like we beat their protections or we had an effective pass rush. I think that's the part about Ben Roethlisberger that will go down, maybe the hardest quarterback ever to tackle in the pocket.
Let me tell you a quick story about Big Ben. So my freshman year, I redshirted my freshman year in college. We go to a bowl game in Mobile, Alabama. We play in Miami of Ohio. And, you know, I'm watching the game in the stands. That's back in the Lynch on the sidelines. And I said, well, damn, touchdown 1, touchdown 2, touchdown 3.
Oh, man.
Big Ben was just, boom, boom. I said, yeah, that's a first rounder. They talked about him before the game. I said, that's a first rounder to me.
Hall of Famer.
Man.
Yeah, you saw it before everybody else saw it. But that was fun, y'all. That was a good list. I don't know about this criteria of the best team not having gotten it done. My team.
I don't know if Tom Brady was here. If Tom Brady was here, I'm sure he would say of his 6 championships with the Patriots, that was still the best team.
He would be disappointed that you picked that team.
Let's ask him.
As number 1.
Well, you know what that means?
He would.
Bomb! We gotta go to break. That's me making the sound of a buzzer so that we can move on. Oh.